Hello everyone, I am Imran Ali, Assistant Professor from Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology, Greater Noida, from Department of Management Study. Today, this is my lecture 35 on quality circle. So, today I am going to discuss about what are the quality circles and how quality circles are going to be maintained, or the quality circles are to be looked after by the organization. So, there are several techniques and there are several ways whereby the quality circles are to be maintained. So, some of the technique and some of the way whereby the quality have to be maintained, it is check sheet, it is cause and effect diagram, and it is flow chart. So, quality circle tools are the means for collecting data, analyzing the data, identifying root causes and measure the result. So, quality circles are basically based on data, and we collect the certain data. Based on the analysis of that data, we decide where the organization is having certain defect, where are the certain problem that an organization is likely to occur, which might become a reasons for the poor quality inside the organization. So, every organization, either it is a service based or it is a manufacturing based organization, they have to collect certain data from the customer side and then try to evaluate where there is a possibility or where there are chances of certain defect or certain problems are likely to happen. For example, since nowadays this is the era of artificial intelligence, this is the era of IoT. Now, because of the internet or internet penetration, it is easy for the company to collect the data, to analyze the data. So, quality circle tools that I am going to 7 quality circles tools, they are totally based on certain statistic or on certain data which we have to collect, which we have to identify, and identify that where does an organization is likely to incur certain losses. For example, it is Mahindra and Mahindra, it is TVS, or it is Maruti Suzuki. They can take a data of a week, how many number of the product they have manufactured, and out of the total number of product that they have manufactured, how many of them are of full of quality and how many of them are of defect. So, this kind of statistic can also talk about that how much our manufacturing or how much our operations are quality concern, or what kind of quality standards are going to be maintained by the organization. Similarly, about a telecommunication company, they can collect the data of their customer of certain period of time, for example 6 months or for a quarter, 3 months, and they can identify and they can analyze that what kind of quality standards are going to be maintained by the companies, so that the services are going to be of full of quality. So, these 7 quality circle tools that I am going to discuss, they are more dependent on statistics, they are dependent on data. We need to analyze this data and try to explore and identify that what are the reasons behind or what are the causes behind, because of that organizations are not in the position of maintaining quality, or some quality defects are expected to happen. So, one quality tools, it is about check sheet, either in especially into the manufacturing organization. Manufacturing organization can maintain a quality sheet like this. It is about the here the name of the company, it is about the name of the data recorder, it is location and at which date this data has been collected. These are the certain variable based on which we want to collect our data. So, some of the variable that we have picked up, it is supply part rusted, it is misaligned weld, improper test procedure, wrong part issued, film on parts, wide in casting, incorrect dimension, adhesive failure, masking insufficient, or it is spray failure. So, these are some parameter that we can identify, and we have divided these into weekdays. It is about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So, against each parameter that we want to collect the data or statistic, for example, it is about misaligned belt. So, Sunday it is off, and Monday how much defect have been there, on Tuesday how many number of defect have been there. Similarly, it is about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday if it is working. So, similar way we can maintain an Excel sheet, we can maintain a proper format that can help us to record and to identify that how many defects are going to occur by the organization, and by this data we will came to know that which part it is having highest number of defect, or on which day highest number of error or highest number of defects are likely to be incurred by the organization. So, we need to just check out. If I say here it is about the highest number of defects, it is of 20, that is about supply part rusted. So, we can identify a cause that maximum problem that a company is facing about, it is here supplier side, supplier issues are there, we can identify it over there. There are certain area where it is 0, I mean to say here there is no quality issue or defects are not being observed over there, then organization can maintain or organization can realize that the quality standards are going to be up to the quality parameter. So, it is how check sheet nowadays Excels are there, they are shared, we can share them on the real time basis. So, nowadays it is much easier, it is more realistic for an organization to maintain the data in the form of the check sheet and share this statistic or data across the organization, either it is marketing, finance, HR, production, information technology, and then we can find out and then we can maintain that where the number of defects are likely to be highest. So, the first the quality tools, it is about check sheet. Next, it is about the cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram, it is about, this is also used for identifying reasons behind a particular phenomena. What are the reasons, what are the causes, why a company it is not in the position to maintain quality standard or quality parameter inside the organization. This cause and effect diagram, it is also known as fishbone diagram, because you will see it, it is in the shape of fish, and in the shape of fish we will list certain causes or reasons why a company it is not in the position to maintain quality. And this is also known as Ishikawa diagram, and this, it has the relationship with the brainstorming session have to be maintained. So, the largely cause and effect relationship, it is based on brainstorming, and the major objective behind is to find out the reason, what are the causes behind that why a company it is not in the position to maintain certain quality. For example, nowadays we can discuss what are the reasons behind that by and large, largely more number of customer are leaving to Idea and Vodafone or joining to Jio or Airtel. So, there is a reasons behind for Vodafone that why customer are not sticking to them, why they are leaving this particular company, where the problems are there, if the whether the quality is not being maintained about. So, these kind of issues can be identified by cause and effect diagram. We can also identify what are the reasons behind or what are the reasons behind that the Indian Railway quality standards are not up to the standard or up to not up to the parameter. So, we can enlist and we can have a brainstorming, we can list n number of reasons or n number of parameter, and we can identify that what caused them, what are the different reasons that make the customer not stick to a particular company or particular organization. So, this is how known as cause and effect diagram, that is going to be again quality standard. Now, let us say it is a situation where poor quality of the product is being there. It is being observed that product being sold out by a company, they are not as per the standard, they are not as per the expectation of the customer. So, what are the reasons behind it? As I discussed that maybe the product of Vodafone are not being liked by the company. What is the reasons behind it? Why the other player into automobile industries are not as famous as there are other player inside. So, we need to identify if a product is being considered having a poor quality, what are the reasons behind it. So, into fishbone diagram, we will categorize them into 6 category. The logic, because of that product quality is not being maintained, we will put them into 6 category. Working condition, it could be one reason for the product poor quality, it could be raw material, it could be management itself, it could be technology, it could be machine, and it could be workers. So, into cause and effect diagram or into fishbone diagram, it is into the shape of fish, and we will enlist the causes behind why the quality defects are there or why a company is not in the maintained quality. They can be put into the 6 category. One, it is working condition, means the working atmosphere, it is very noisy, humidity is there, temperature is not good, and that might become a reasons for poor quality of the product. Raw material, as I have discussed earlier too, that the quality maintenance, storage or supply side, it is having an issue, that can also become a reason. Next, it is about the management, they are not more committed, they are not more concerned about the quality parameter or quality standard, that can also become a reasons for the poor quality inside the organization. Next, it is about the quality, it is the tools, technique, software that we are using, they are not updated, they are not standardized, and that could be one reason. Because of that, quality parameter or quality standards are going to be deteriorated. Next, it is about machines is not advanced, or machines are outdated, irrelevant, their working is not good, that can also become a cause of poor quality of product. So, any organizations who is more concerned about the quality, they have to modernize their machinery, they need to install advanced machinery into manufacturing processes, so that the quality standards are going to be highest. Next, it is about worker, it is whether the worker that you are using into manufacturing, are they happy with the organization, are they skilled enough, are they well educated, they know what are the requirement of the industries or the businesses. So, these kind of the parameters have to maintain by the organization. So, this is how the quality standards are to be maintained by the company. Next, it is about same fishbone diagram, या cause and effect diagram. They can also identify the reason why the customer satisfaction is low, and again we will list them into the different category. Here we have put them into 4 category. One, it is about low quality product, it is prices are very high, it is the poor support or poor service, or it is about the management of the company. So, why customer satisfaction is low? The low quality product, it is the raw material, it is very poor, it is the design was not as per the need and requirement of the customer. So, once the design it is going to be defective or design it is not as per the standard of the customer, then it is going to make our customer more satisfied. Next, it is about incompetent employees. If your service process or your manufacturing process, if it is going to be maintained or handled by the employees who are not competent enough, that it can become a cause of dissatisfaction of the employees. Next, it is about bad packaging. As a marketing organization, as a business organization, we need to be more concerned about our packaging, because packaging, it is the first communication with the customer, and if our packaging it is going to be as per our standard, or packaging it is going to be as per the quality parameter of the organization, then the level of the satisfaction it is going to be highest. Next, it is about high prices. Next, it is low production efficiency. If the production efficiency is not up to the mark or up to the standard, then the dissatisfaction is going to be more. Next, high cost of raw material. If your cost of manufacturing is very high relative to the other companies or the other manufacturer, that may become a reason or a cause of dissatisfaction among employees. Next, it is about ineffective marketing or no advanced technology it is being used. So, these are the different reasons. Similar reason, it is about management, no sense of responsibility, complicated process and no standard criteria. So, management of the company should also be willing, they should also be showing about that they are also more concerned about the quality parameter and the quality standard, and then inside the organization's quality can be enhanced. Next, it is about poor support, scale of business is very small, not enough personnel, long holding time and wrong answer. So, these are the this is how the cause and effect or a fishbone diagram have to be used in order to identify that where there are certain problem, where there are certain quality issues are existing. So, we can list them into certain category, either 6 or 4 in the shape of a fish, and we can identify that where problems are there and company can take a course of action so that the quality standard can be maintained. Similarly, it is about service, we can maintain a fish again and we list down where the problems are there. Next, it is about the flow chart. It is third techniques to maintain the quality. The flow chart is also largely used in the organization, and rather than we are putting a problem or showing a problem theoretically, we want to show it into a flow chart systematically, so that we easily can understand and we easily can spot where the quality issues are existing inside the organization. So, the first, it is about schematic drawing of the process to measure or for improvement. So, flow chart can suggest a company where there are possibility or where there are chances that the improvement can be done. Next, it is potential weakness in the processes are made visual. So, this flow chart, since it is visual, so it is much easier for us to identify where the problems are existing and where the immediate or the corrective action have been taken. Next, it is about identify process improvement, how we can make our processes more advanced, more improved, and next it is about understand the entire processes that we have to take around. So, it is about a visual, just for example, it is lamp does not work. So, it is a problem, we need to look at lamp plugged in or not. If yes, then it is okay, or if it is not, then we need to plug in it. Next, we need to identify the another reason, it could be that the bulb have burned out. If it is yes, then we need to replace the bulb. If it is not, then we have to repair the entire lamp. So, it is just an example. Similarly, any business problem, any quality problem can also be shown and depicted into a flow chart like this. Next, it is about histogram. Histogram, it is used to show the quality defects or quality issues inside a particular organization or into our manufacturing or into our services process. So, we have seen over here into our y axis it is frequency, into our x axis it is going to be defect per hour. Now, histogram help the company to show defect diagrammatically or with a particular chart, so that we as an organization can easily understand and identify that at what point of time or in which area the chances of the more defect or the chances of the more problems are existing inside the organization. So, histogram assist and help the company to explore, to identify the reasons behind to how it is going to be explore, or the to identify where the problems are existing. For example, we have seen at certain point of time that the quality defects here are the highest, and the number of the quality defects here are the lowest one. So, we will take certain corrective action that at this point of time, what are the reasons behind and what is wrong happening inside the company that had impelled the organizations to incur certain losses. So, either it is a hospitality chain, either it is an aviation company, or it is a manufacturing organization, or it is any business organization. They can take their a number of defects and frequency on histogram, and with a particular diagram they can represent it, so that they immediately could take a corrective action into future course of time. Next, it is about Pareto analysis. This Pareto chart, it is what? It is a rank comparison of the factor related to quality problem. It help in prioritizing the factor of action. So, Pareto chart, what we are going to do, two things are going to be taken together, and the main intention behind it is that we want to prioritize our course of action or our action in order to maintain quality inside the organization. So, we need to just check out, we need to just ensure which action have to be taken first and which action have to be taken afterward or later on, and similarly we can maintain our quality standard or quality parameter inside the organization. So, it is about Pareto chart will help us to prioritize the course of action or step to be taken, so that we can analyze, we can understand where the problem is existing. Next, we have seen over here Pareto chart, it is being there, it is number of defect that we are observing, or it is number of observation, and it is percentage in terms percentage defect. So, simultaneously with a particular graph, we have taken two element or two parameter, it is number of defects and it is percentage of defect, and we need to identify at what point of time or at what location or at what point of time the number of the defects are higher, so that organization it is in the position to plan its course of action to maintain high standard of quality inside the organization. Next, it is about the quality charts, it is graphic representation of process data over time, graphic representation of the process data over time with predetermined control limit. So, graphically a company will decide and determine the accepted limit, and these accepted limits are going to be decide or determine at upper end as well as at the lower end, and the one it is the accepted line. So, control chart will help the organization as well as to the customer to know and understand that at what point of time we have to maintain our quality, up to what mark or at what point of the product is it is going to be accepted by the buyer. So, this is about our the control chart. Into this control chart, the first it is about the upper control limit, and second it is about the lower control limit, and it is the process average. I want to emphasize over it that it is a statistical process and it is purely based on data outcome or data analysis, that we identify that from our target how much quality it is varying or how much quality deviations are being find out, and what is the limit up to which a particular company or buyer can accept the defect into your product. So, this is what, this is the desired line that we have to maintain into our quality, and this is about our upper control limit, briefly known it is ULC, and the next it is about lower control limit. So, the deviation or the quality standard, neither they should go beyond it nor should go they beyond it. Within this they are going to be accepted, and this is where the desired level or desired standards are going to be maintained. So, we need to just check out, we need to just identify where does the problems are likely to be incurred. Next, we have to find out the scatter diagram. Scatter diagrams, it is what to identify the correlation between two variable. So, possibly it is the height versus the performance, it is the number of hours that you have studied and your performance into the examination. So, through the scatter diagram we can also explore and we can also identify which are the two variables that are closely related with, or which are the two variables that are very likely to impact the quality standard inside the organization. For example, if the machinery advanced machinery have been installed, does the quality have been improved? Or if an organization has spent more on, or the organization is spending more on the training and development program, so the quality standard whether they are being maintained by the company or not. So, this is where scatter diagram will help to identify the correlation between the two variable, and these correlation it is likely to ensure whether they are going to maintain the quality standard inside the company or not. Next, help identify and test probable causes. So, what lead and what causes do exist inside the company to maintain this quality parameter. So, it is how we have seen the correlation, it is a positive correlation because both are moving into upward direction. Next, it is about the negative, I mean to say both the variable in among which between which we want to identify the correlation, they are coming down, and these are the certain variable that they do not have any correlation. Neither this relation is positive nor this relation is negative. This relation is in total or in totality it is scattered. So, it is difficult for us to take any corrective action by the organization. So, these were the these were the 7 quality tools that an organization can maintain to maintain quality or to identify the reasons because of that quality is not being maintained inside the organization. Thank you very much.